This is like remedial Christianity, spirituality 101. This is the thing, right? Here it is. You ready? If you're working on any kind of a miracle, any kind of a demonstration, this is what I need you to know. This is something that I go back to when I forget, because I'm a human and I forget, and sometimes I can't get the flow going, and oh, wait a minute, that thing, 101 level thing. It's like take the car out of park if you want to drive somewhere. It's like that level. You ready? You are not the source, and you are not the destination. You're not the source, and you're not the destination. So many times in my life, I forgot that. And something has to happen sometimes. I'm smart enough to have it happen the easy way, and sometimes, not so much, cosmic 2x4 situation. One way or another, the universe will remind you, God will remind you that you're not the source and you're not the destination. This is important because so many people try and be the source. They've read too many books about how if you can dominate your to-do list, you can dominate your day. Ugh. And they want to be the source of all of the good in their lives. And people are smart and people are strong and you can do a certain number of things, but it just makes you tired. Remember, God doesn't get tired. If your life makes you tired, maybe you're given from the wrong place. Yeah. You're not the source of your good, and you're also not the destination. In other words, you're not where all the good stops in your life. There are some people that just think this is where it ends, and they wonder why there's no more. You know? We talked about that book, Lessons in Truth, a little bit last week, and in it the author says, imagine a fountain on a mountainside somewhere. Beautiful fountain. And that fountain, can you see it? And that fountain is, I'm trying to act out a fountain. And that fountain is fed by some stream somewhere else. And that water just comes down. There's a spring that is eternal. It is not the fountain's job to be the source of the water. Water doesn't come from a fountain. But it's also not the fountain's job to hang on to the water. Because if the water doesn't flow, the fountain ain't a fountain, it's a statue. That's different. It is not living up to its design. Right? You get it? You know why that's important? Because the fountain is you. And the fountain is me. This is our job. You're not the source of all of the good. It comes from somewhere else. Doesn't even matter where it comes from. But part of your job is to let that flow. Your job is not to be the source or the destination. Your job is to be a steward, a shepherd, a caretaker, a steward of the flow. Ask yourself, am I doing enough to make sure that the flow is clear? Am I doing enough to get out of the way of Spirit expressing in my life? Am I doing enough to let God do what God needs to do through me? Am I doing enough? My job is not to make it. My job is not to bask in it. My job is more like plumbing. Your job is to be a steward of the flow. And that's really important because there are some people who are really good sculptors. They're gorgeous, statuesque. They spend all their time making sure the features are chiseled and the metal parts are shiny. But there's no flow. There's no water. There's no expression. There's no giving. And they wonder, why doesn't anybody come and drink from this fountain? Why doesn't anybody come and bathe in this? Because you're not producing any water. You're not a fountain anymore. You're a statue. If there's no flow in my life, is that God's fault? Does God stop being God? Does the sun quit shining sometimes? Yeah, I know it's raining, but the sun's still doing what it does. Whose fault is that? If there was an interruption of the flow in my life, if there was a clog in the flow in my life, it's me doing it. Now, I'm not doing it on purpose. Maybe I'm afraid. Maybe I'm doing an ego thing. Maybe I'm angry at somebody and I don't want them to have some good in my life. That's yucky, but I get it. If there was an interruption in the flow, it's me being, let's say, afraid. So I want to give you some spiritual roto-rooter. Oh, that was a weird thing to say, but here we go. Spiritual Drano, that's better. Slightly. Also sounds like a good name for a band. But anyway. Wow. Coming up next, Spiritual Drano. Yeah. It's an all-ages show. Anyway. Here it is. If there is an interruption in the flow, if there's a clog, something like that, I want you to remember something with me. It is not about you. It's not about you. Like I said, this is something I've had to be reminded of more than once. I'm not picking on anybody. But it's not about you. This is the thing. When something's not working in my life, I need to remember, wait a minute, it's not about me. So many times it's easy to go, where's my good, my healing, where's my thing, whatever it is. Well, my job is not to be where the good ends. And to the degree that I let go of that, something amazing happens. My job, your job, our job is to find something bigger. Let us be the kind of people where the relationship isn't about the attention the other person pays, it's about love. Where the job isn't about the money, it's about a calling. If you want it, whatever it is for you, to work, find something bigger than the moment. Stop looking at the lamp and start looking for the light. Find something bigger and things happen. It's not about you. It's about the light.